la villa, wie ist die. What I love about performing is I think that it's a communal experience. I love getting to share it with the audience. I think the audience is as much as part of the performance as the performers on stage. For me, being in front of people is as important as just making the music. So a really important moment in my singing development was in one of my lessons with Michael Gaze, who is now my lead duo partner. And he taught improvisation for singers. It was maybe, 3, 4, 5, 6 months into learning to do it. And I would come to our lessons, and usually what would happen is we would just, start making songs up, and then Michael maybe would tell me, okay, repeat that again. But it was the first time I really consciously got into the state of flow whilst improvising. That was really mind-blowing to me, because all of a sudden I felt like I wasn't doing that, and I was just a vessel, and music was going through me. And so I think that's been really important for me ever since, looking for that spot and really realizing that I'm there to serve the music, and it's not supposed to be about my ego and how beautiful I sound. I'm always looking for that space, and it's not a space it's not easy to describe, because you're at the same time obviously aware and there and present, but also you kind of feel like you're almost a little bit floating above. And that's kind of, whenever I'm performing, I'm looking for that feeling. I'm looking for that space. At first, the scissors seemed perfectly harmless. They lay on the kitchen sink in the blue light. So when I was a student, I used to really, really love to choose a specific color for a specific word, and I think that's how I learned about the different colors of my voice and how to have them under my control or at my disposal, like a palette. But nowadays, I work much more instinctively, actually. What's really magical about the voice is that you can think something and then it does it, which is very, very, very cool. And especially the more you train the different positions and the different colors, the faster it is at your disposal. Let's say if I'm singing a song from the perspective of a child, I will try to put on a lighter color, the one that has like less darkness to it, obviously, maybe less vibrato. I love that with the different colors that you choose, you can become a different person. And I guess I would compare it to the way our personalities change with the languages that we use. Also, you can totally change your personality in different styles of music by the colors that you choose. You don't have to just be one thing. I think, in general, the in-betweenness of my existence in my life really defines a lot of what I do, because I grew up between different cultures, and yes, it's interesting to be a mezzo-soprano in that sense. At some point, I was struggling, like, am I an improviser or am I a singer? Because the improvisation used to be a bigger part of my identity at one point. Also, between languages, I don't speak any language properly because I grew up between all of them. So the in-between is the place, I guess, I've just learned to love and embrace and thrive in. Longs for the spring sun, longs for the spring sun, longs for the Because I sing all kinds of types of music, I think I would more think about the way I approach interpretation first and foremost. And for me, what's always super, super important is that I find ways to filter the music out through me. So recently I sang my first Kindertotenlieder from Mahler. And when I was preparing for that, almost every single time in practice rooms, I was almost crying. I try to get it out of my system in the practice room as much as I can. I really live it. I don't practice clinically. I go through it. I empathize. Very often when I'm on stage, I'm dancing in between, almost crying, but not quite. So most of the time, I'm quite good at balancing the two, at not letting it tip over to the crying. But I do find that actually kind of a useful space, because I do want to experience it. I don't want to be desensitized to the pain. I want to go through it. It's just a matter of how far you allow yourself to go.